Welcome back to J.A.Z.S Chronicles. If this is your very first time tuning in, thanks for joining us. If you've been here since episode 1, 2, and 3, glad to have you back. Janice, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great in you, but I can barely see you. I only see half of your face.
Hold on 1 second. One second. Rename folder. Move. Hold on one. Come on. Edit mic.
Okay.
Janice, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't see nothing but a quarter of your shoulder.
Hold
I
on.
don't even see your face at all.
It won't come off. Hold on.
Now I can see you.
Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I do apologize. We are winging it by ourselves tonight, I'm assuming. Sharon
Yes.
Sharon is out of town. I'm not sure about Zeke. Have you talked to Zeke?
I spoken with Zeke, and he said that he was going to probably do it at home. And I
Okay.
tried to call him, but I had didn't get an answer.
Okay. Well,
So just you and me.
the show must go on. So before we dive into today's conversation, we want to take a quick moment to highlight one of our amazing sponsors. Tonight's episode is brought to you by our proud sponsor, Pure Bliss Salon Spa Events, located at 514 West Main in El Dorado, Arkansas. Whether you're looking for a relaxing spa day or a fresh new look, Pure Bliss has you covered. You can reach them on Facebook by email at pureblisssalonspaevents@gmail.com or give them a call at 870-639-1343. Pure Bliss Salon Spa Events, where beauty, relaxation, and unforgettable experiences meet. This Their support helps us make this show possible, and we're excited to share them with you. Now, before we get into the show, I do want to go over the disclaimers here because we'll be talking about a few subjects here that may touch on fair use. So, this podcast may include clips or references under fair use for commentary, criticism, and educational purposes. We do not own all rights to the content being discussed. The views expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of Jazz Chronicles podcast or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised. This episode may contain language or topics that are not suitable for all audience. So, in today's episode, we are breaking down some of the things that have been circulating in the news, both locally and nationally. I also don't want to remind you, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share the live. We are streaming live tonight from Jazz Chronicles YouTube page, but the episode will be posted to Jazz Chronicles and J.A.Z.S. Facebook page later for viewing. Okay. Now, Janice, what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about Charlie Kirk? You want to talk about elderly abuse and neglect in the nursing homes, or Officer Tommy Norman that was arrested over the weekend? Or do you want to talk about the new social lounge that's open this weekend in El Dorado?
Hey, it doesn't matter. I'll let you pick.
Okay, so we're going to go straight to North Little Rock. We're going to go to Officer Tommy Norman. Over the weekend, he was arrested. Tommy Norman was widely known for his community outreach and strong social media presence. Was arrested over the weekend on a charge of domestic battery in the third degree. According to reports, the alleged incident occurred this month and stemmed from a domestic dispute. Officer Norman was taken into custody and is currently being held without bond at Pulaski County Jail until he was released on yesterday. At this time, the North Little Rock Police Department has replaced him on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. While Officer Norman has been highly regarded in the community, the attention now shifts to the legal process ahead. It is important to note that these remain allegations, and under the law, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now, the domestic violence incident was involving his wife, Rosalind Norman, and she did issue a statement. And the statement she issued was she expresses to the couple, she says, both in loving memories and difficult times, acknowledging the challenges they have faced. Rosalind emphasized the importance of relying on God for strength and guidance during this difficult time. She also requested grace, prayers, and privacy as the family navigates this situation. The statement highlighted the couple's deep love for each other and their respect for Tommy's dedication to the community. Rosalind's message reflects the family desire for dignity and respect in handling of the incident. Now, Janice, what are your thoughts on domestic battery?
Well, first of all, what is he known for? I've seen him on Facebook. I'm gonna get to your question. What is he known for? He go to the community, what mostly the black community?
Right.
Oh,
He largely deals with deprived individuals in the black community of different ethnic races and stuff that he deals with, that he's been known to be compassionate. He's one of the officers that has been revered as somebody that the people can relate to, that they like, they're not scared of or intimidated by, because he treats them as human beings and not just as subjects. So he has been known to advocate for people who wouldn't have in any other situation had a voice, people who have probably been already stereotyped as, being an outcast of society, or people that are disabled, artistic. He advocates for those people.
okay. So him and his wife had some kind of altercation, right?
Correct.
So so I guess she called the police on him.
She called the police. She the one called the police, and when the police arrived, they said that they didn't find any remarks or bruising on him, but they did find one on her. So
I'm
I
just
can't.
curious.
Uh-huh.
I read some. Where did they find the bruise? I'm just curious. Doesn't
I
matter.
think it was
But
on her
where did
chest.
they?
On her
Oh,
chest.
yes.
Hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, then he said that he was trying to stop her from hitting
He
him.
did.
And
He
that's
did. He did say that.
okay.
And
So
the officers came back and said that even though he did say that, they did not find any markings on him to indicate that she was trying to hit him or anything like that. So they didn't find anything on him, but they did find it on her.
okay. So if you she okay. Well, my thing is this. I mean, I don't. If someone hits you, I'm gonna just be honest with you. If I'm married and you
Hmm.
hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Okay, I'm gonna hit you upside your head because you need to keep your hands to yourself.
I agree.
However, I wasn't there. I don't know what the situation,
Right.
was, but somebody did something, okay? So until they go to court and find out what's what, but my thing is keep your hands to yourself, okay? If it gets so bad, then just walk away. Keep
I,
your hand to yourself because you hit me and you're gonna get slapped. It's gonna go down.
that I totally agree. And this is kind of really shocking because if you had known him prior to all this, you never would have thought this because how he's so passionate in the community and stuff. But you never know what goes on in someone's home when they're out of uniform. So you don't know if they were having issues prior, but to the public, they put on an appearance that everything is okay. But like I said, people do that for the public. Who knows what's really going on at home? We just will keep them in our prayers and hope that things are resolved and they get back on track.
Well, okay, but I guess I don't understand because people he still could be still passionate to people in the streets and people still love him. That don't mean I'm not saying I don't know if he did it or not, but if
No,
somebody pushed you, go ahead.
what I was saying is how he appears in the street. You wouldn't
It's
think
clear.
that he was that type of person at home, or well, I'm not going to say that type of person at home because that's accusing him of something that we don't know.
Right,
So
right.
I'm saying that from what's been written about that, you wouldn't think that that type of action would be going on with him. You wouldn't get that from him.
Okay. Well, my thing is this, you can be good and whatever. You just don't know what the situation is,
True.
When you get home, you don't know what happened. So I just pray for the family and hope they
Yeah.
get together. And, I just think it's very sad now they putting this, making a big deal. I'm not saying it shouldn't be a big deal,
Right.
but because he was good in the community. Now they're trying to make him look bad.
Right.
Anything could have happened. He could have snapped or she could have snapped. I don't know, but I think it's sad. But I mean, I have seen him on Facebook and see how
Hmm.
compassionate he is with others. So, I just pray for him and his family and hope they get it together. And if he did or she hit him, y'all need to keep your hands to yourself because
True.
nobody ain't gonna be letting you hit on him. I mean, I'm
No.
just saying, I just feel, and this is just my opinion, if you must use your hands, you need to just walk away. Because
Right.
that's not good.
Right.
That's how
And
I
I,
feel about that.
and I also think that you shouldn't provoke people
Right.
because you never know what happens when you provoke people. Some days may be fine, other days may not, depending on what their stresses are. Um,
Right.
but it also is a testament that shows what popularity can do. Usually, when
Right.
so much popularity, people do anything to bring them down. It's been sensationalized because of who he is. Because he had been anybody else, you probably wouldn't have even heard about it.
When they heard about it. That's sad.
It is sad. So
That's sad.
that's something to keep in mind. Popularity does has, it has its price to pay.
So tell me this, Anthony. So if we get real popular and so if I come up there and slap you upside your head, what you gonna do?
Is that a trick question? I
I'm
would.
just saying.
I,
Um,
I I'll answer that off camera.
off camera. So then that would make it seem like I'm bad. Okay, so then maybe being popular is not a good thing
You're
then.
you're provoking me.
I'm provoking you. Okay.
But no, actually, I don't hit women. I don't believe in hitting women, nor have I ever believed in that. I feel like I was raised properly, so I wouldn't dare do that. I mean, I would just walk away. I wouldn't want it to even escalate to that. So, I mean, you coming up to me like that or anybody, you already know the situation. If this person is enraged, you would know that, and I would try to de-escalate that by getting out the way and just removing myself from that situation. That's what I would do. But I would never hit a
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
woman.
I'm just saying, if you hit me, it's gonna be on. I'm a work in progress. Next
So
subject.
no, let's stay here.
Almost slept though. You know what out of you, you hit me. I'm just saying. Because my first reaction when you hit me, I'm not gonna be thinking, oh, I don't
Right.
want to what's going on. I'm just gonna, hit back. And that's just a
A
reaction.
natural reflex. But see, that's a natural
Right.
but see, that's natural coming from a woman. That's
Right.
natural. You can say that coming from a man, there's just different repercussions behind that.
Right.
So we have to really think before we act. Some of us do, some of us
Mhm.
don't. So as where you can, and then the same charge can be brought against you if you're in the wrong for that. But it's looked at kind of differently when it's a man opposed to a woman. So
You
I would
think so? Because there's some women be beating
have
up their husbands.
they do. They do. I think it's more than it's reported. But I think
Uh-huh.
the reason that it's not reported because some of these men feel embarrassed that a woman is doing that to
Right.
them and they don't want that known. So
Okay.
that slides under the rug. But there are cases where that has happened to men and it has been reported and the woman has been held accountable.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
oh,
Let's pray for them in the
let's
name of
go.
Jesus.
Then the name that we're gonna pray for them. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to the next topic. This is in your hometown. This is where you reside, so maybe you can give me some insight on it because I would love to know.
Hmm.
I heard that this weekend that El Dorado was pretty live and booming be due to the new social lounge that opened called Good Vibes, located at 715 Northwest Avenue in El Dorado, Arkansas. Owner operator is Markeith Cook. It said that it was open on the 13th. That was the grand opening for the brand new social lounge. And the doors open at 7 p.m. until 12 a.m. The live show started at 9 p.m. From what I saw on their Facebook page, that Red G Red and D Lock Band was performing live that night. There was a $20 cover charge at the door. Now, this is a cashless lounge, and what that means, I'm assuming, is that the venue does not accept physical cash, paper money, or coins for entry
Okay.
fees, drinks, or food. Instead, all payments are made using debit cards, credit cards, or digital payment methods like Apple Pay, Google Pay, or other mobile wallet apps.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So the main reason for that most establishments do that is number one for security. It's less risk of theft. No cash is kept on site. Faster service supposed to be surpass faster service for transaction or quicker at the bar or door, and easy tracking. It helps the business keep cleaner records. So
Oh,
those are
okay.
three main reasons for them doing that. Now, of course, I did make it out because I don't reside in the area, but I want to know, did you happen to have the opportunity to present?
Well, no, I didn't. I seen the advertisement, and I know Marquis been working on this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, it kind of slipped me for a minute until the last minute. But I wish I would have got us together and we could have went down in there and seen what was going on or what he had to present to the community, and then we could have as a whole. So I wasn't there. What happened to you, honey?
No, I'm just showing that the
Oh,
logo for Good Vibe. You can keep
oh,
on.
okay. All right. Let me see. Nice logo. I wasn't there. I did see some things on Facebook. Looked
Mm-hmm.
like they were having a good time.
Okay.
Um, I think I seen something said "dress to impress." Was
Yeah.
it?
Did you see that? Was that the
Well,
attire?
I, I don't know exactly what that means. Dress to impress, okay? Because everybody's meaning is different to impress. you know, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, because, okay, I'll give you an example. I know this is off the subject. If someone is used to just wearing shorts and then they just put on a nice pair of pants and a shirt,
Mhm.
they dress to impress. Where I might, or you might say, oh, they just got some pair of pants and pants on.
Mhm.
So when they say dress to impress, so what do that mean?
Well, I mean, in my mind, is well, and that's in my mind it means, but it doesn't mean like you said to everybody else because everybody's interpretation is different. But I would think khaki, slack, suit, not suit, but like blazer, casual, business casual. I would think that, but like I said, I don't know if he stipulated in his postings what that actually meant. Do you know if you saw anything that he
No, I
determined?
just said I know he did a live and he said that he didn't want anybody coming in with white. I think did he say white t-shirt or white beaters? I'm not for sure. I think it was white shirts.
Did anybody have on a white shirt there?
I wasn't there, so I don't know if he was talking about a white beater or a
Mm-hmm.
polo. Because I did see something. I think he had a white polo. So I'm thinking he might have mean a white. Who would come to the
White
place
beater.
with a white beater?
Okay.
Really?
Hello. Huh?
Okay. And I think he said no, if I'm not mistaken, no one of those hats that you go backwards. No,
Okay.
no hat. And
Okay.
so, but the people that I seen that were dressed, most of the ladies that I seen on the post had black dresses and they look real nice and everything. So it
Okay.
looked like a little small place that people, I think the ages from 25 to
Uh,
up, right?
it was.
So, and then most of them looked like they was 25 and up. And so I did see the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what's his name? Red, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Yes.
they say he was originally from here.
Okay.
So I haven't heard anybody say anything, but I haven't heard anybody say nothing negative about it. But they seem like they had a good time. So I just think maybe we all can go down there on Saturday or whatever. I know he had something on Thursday. I think is karaoke. Is it?
Okay.
And then Friday, I don't know if it's going to be just. I should have looked into this.
Did
Um,
so is and this is what I wanted clarity on, and I did not know. So when I saw it on the Facebook page, it said that it's from 7 p.m. to 12 midnight. So it closed at 12 midnight. It closes at 12 midnight.
is
Uh,
that for every day? I don't know. I'm gonna
I'm
have to
not for
talk to
sure.
Marquise. I know Marquise really well, and
Okay,
I have to ask him that. And then maybe one weekend we can all go down there
yeah,
and
that'll be nice.
see, what's going on there. I'm glad he did think of
Yeah,
something for the older people. That's not older to me, that make me feel like I'm an old granny. He should, so,
yeah,
25 is still young to me, but I
right.
understand what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's, you know,
Looking for a more mature crowd.
right.
Well, we're gonna
Okay.
keep our eye on that, and we definitely gonna have to get down there to patronize Marquis
Yeah.
Good
And
Vibes.
want to
So,
say congratulations too. And I
yeah,
hope,
congratulations to him
mhm,
for opening that establishment, giving people something positive to do.
right.
We wish him the best, and we hope for longevity for him, and we do hope, or not hope, because we will get the opportunity to visit
Yeah.
a Good Vibes Social Lounge and come
Right.
back and let you guys know. Now, to the people viewing or watching the show, you more than welcome to jump in our comments below and let us know. I mean, if you went to the grand opening this weekend, let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
So
Period.
yeah, so we're gonna move right along to we're gonna talk about elderly abuse and neglect in the nursing facility. And I know this one is kind of near and dear to you, Janice.
Yeah.
So I'm
Mhm.
gonna let you start off with that.
Okay. Some of you probably don't know. My mom has been recently sick. She suffered from congestive heart failure, and so when she go into the hospital, she stay a little while, and so she get weak. She have to go to a rehab, and so we take her to a rehab. I don't know if I want to mention the name of the nursing home.
Yeah, no,
Um,
we don't.
I don't want to mention that, but what I can say is that with my experience with her at the nursing home. Now, I just want people to understand, it's just so much a person can do. Okay. Say if you a director of nursing, of the staff, all right?
Hmm.
You can tell people what to do, you can advise them what to do, you can write them up, you can do whatever you can do. You can um, try to give them some inspiration and motivation. But at the end of the day, if this is not the type of job you really know that you're not meant to be, do not take the job.
Right.
Okay. Dude, everybody can't be. You can be a nurse, but every nurse can't be at the nursing home. Maybe just at the hospital. You can be a CNA. You might not can be a CNA at the nursing home, whatever. But my thing is this: make sure this is the type of job that you want to do, because these elderly people are dependent on you. Okay, and you're going to get old one day. You never know. You might be in a nursing home. Me personally, I couldn't do it. That's not. I just don't have the patience. But however, since my mom been at this particular nursing home, the people have been very nice. Um, I come and I tell anyone that they should come often. If you just drop your mom or your father or who are your loved ones there and just never show up, that's a bad idea. It's just a
Right.
bad idea. You need to come and check on your loved ones, okay? And then you need to come and check on different times,
Mhm.
okay? You don't want people thinking that they don't have anyone come to check them. I'm not saying that they might do anything, but I'm just saying you come and courteous, come check on your people and see what's
Right.
going on. So, however, like I said, what I try to do, and this is just some helpful hints. I try to get to know the people and try to understand. Um, I'm very good at talking to people. I don't meet no strangers. So, so far at this particular nursing home, um, I mostly know most of the people there, from either from Facebook or whatever. Um, like I said, you might have someone who's having a bad day. Okay, so you have to be particular. How can I say? You have to be very careful how you look at certain things. Even myself, I'll give you a good example. if you have a mother, she's gonna kill me. If you have a mother who don't really want to do anything, if they
Yeah,
tell her
you're
that
gonna
you
get
need to
killed.
do this, okay, and then you get someone and they trying to help her and they saying, yes, you do need to do this. Well, of course, I'm just speaking on my mom. She's gonna get mad,
Hmm.
okay, and then she's gonna say things that make her look like she's in the right. I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not saying all the time this is true, but a person who coming in looking at this, be careful with your loved ones in the nursing home. If they're telling you certain things before you go and have a real fit about it, check. You know your parents or your loved ones what they're capable of doing. Okay, because
Right.
they. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. They can get real. Okay. Then on the other flip side, then you can, like for instance, my mom, if something is going wrong with her and she don't like it too, sometimes she won't say anything because she feels that if she says something, then they might take it out on her. So you got people like that also. So my
Right.
thing is this, if you're gonna put your loved ones in a nursing home, you need to go out there and check and see what's going on, uh, and visit them and get familiar with the staff.
Yes.
Um,
Right.
they have called me anytime they're going to do some kind of test about her. They call me and give me the results. Anytime if I have a complaint, I haven't said anything. I do know if I have a complaint that I can go and talk to someone. And when I have a question, the ones out there that I was talking to, they very nice and considerate. Um, so I do know in some nursing home who will your loved ones will be sitting there with some pissy pampers or whatever you call them for like 6 or 5 hours or 5 or 6 hours, and
Right.
I do know that. I'm not saying this particular one is, but I do know I have visited. Have you ever went to some of them nursing homes? It just smells. You be
Right.
like, oh Jesus, and
Right.
then people will say this is a nursing home. Now, what I can say about this particular nursing home, it is very clean. They
Good.
keep it clean, immaculate clean. Okay.
Good.
Um, you barely, I mean, you rarely. I know this probably you probably say it's a nursing home, but you rarely smell anything. If you do, it's just temporary. So that's
Right.
a pet peeve of mine. I just hate going in there and
Right.
the smell hits you right at the door. So they're
Right.
very clean.
Hmm.
I talked to them and I gave my concern. And so sometimes you might have one who having a bad day, and then I have no problem because I just get them straight.
Right.
And so and they're real nice. So, but I've seen some nursing. I have visited some of my friends in nursing home, and I've heard some real bad stories.
Hmm.
About what they doing. Only thing I do know this, I do have a concern about this. If a if a patient push the button and needs some help, only thing I'm got a problem is if it takes the person 15, 20 minutes to come to the room, that person could have been choking or anything. Then what? I mean, I don't understand that. I know it's hard to keep good work, and I know a lot of people don't work, but that's a big concern of me.
Now let
Yeah.
me interject. So, what do you think is the cause of that? The delay. What do you think is the cause of the delay when they push
I
the call light button to someone actually showing up?
Sometimes I do know, for instance, some people haven't came in, some people are running late.
Staffing. Hmm.
Yeah, the staffing,
Yeah.
and then what do you do? And it's hard
Right.
I just hate to say it's hard to find good workers.
Right.
But
Right.
there still is a concern because if someone get hurt and they pushing, because I'm gonna tell you this, my mom pushed that button and they don't come like in 5 minutes. She calls me and I call up to the nurse. Okay. And if I can't get to the nurse, I'm getting in that car and I'm going to see what's going on.
Right.
Because I know my mom sometimes she be coughing. Sometimes she feel like she choking. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it don't happen all the times. And then sometimes let's just be honest, they could be busy too. You got a lot of people. One person is responsible for a lot of people. I
Right.
don't know what the state regulation is for one person for a patient, but some of them get busy.
Right. That's
What?
true. That's
Yeah. So you have to look at all the variants and say what is this and that. And the thing is, you don't want to go up in there and trying to be real tough unless you continue having problems because you got to remember, like my mom said, I got to stay here. She don't want nobody spending my food. I said, Mom, please.
right.
So
That's true. That's true.
that's her concern. But like I said, just major problems that I've had, that I've seen in other nursing homes. I'll give you a good example. When I had my knee replacement, I was at, and I won't mention the nursing home, I was at one, and I had to use the restroom. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, I was the type like, you know what, I'm not going to use it on myself. So Janice Zaref thought she could get up. And what happened is I got up and I fell. And
Mm.
I stayed on that floor for half an hour.
Wow.
Mhm. And so once my husband found out, it was on like a chicken bone, okay? And after that, I had no more problem. But that's right there just goes to tell you. I know I shouldn't have got out, but I didn't want to use it on myself. But I shouldn't have been sitting on the floor for half an hour either.
No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Uh, and if there's anybody in that's viewing that has any kind of knowledge on what is the nurse patient ratio, like how many medical staff that's in the nurse home that they have to have for patients. I don't want to quote anything because it could be incorrect. So if anybody's in the chat that has medical experience or that does that and they know that to be true, drop it in the comments below and let us know. Now, I also know that with the nursing home, that neglect and abuse can be more than just physical.
Right.
I know there's neglect, there's physical abuse, there's emotional abuse, and there's also financial exploitation that goes on
Right.
in the nursing home. Um, and that financial exploitation is just where there's there's 10% of cases in the United States that experience that, and that's just where the nursing home staff try to get the patient to sign over their property, their assets and stuff to them. Um, and so that happens, and they do that out of order because an individual can stay in a nursing home for a number amount of days before they switch over to inpatient. So some nursing homes do prey on that. There's been incidents where that has happened, and the patient has been wiped out of everything. And at that
Oh
point,
wow.
yeah, nothing you can do. So, like Janice was saying, it's very important that if you have a loved one in the nursing facility or in the hospital, anywhere place where they're kept in a facility where it's inpatient stay, it's best for them to know that you're present. Best to know that you're present. You may think that you may not know anything about medical issues or medical diagnosis or anything medical. You may not know anything, but your presence means so much. They don't know anything until you open your mouth.
Right.
So if you just show up and be consistent with showing up, it would probably offset a lot of abuse that could happen. It really would.
Right.
So um I just hope that people take heed to that people are getting that, because I do know I've gone to a nursing home when my grandmother was in a nursing home. I've gone there, and people, I know somebody who was in a nursing home had been there for 8, 9, 10 years, and the staff said that no family has ever showed up
That's so sad.
for that person. And so it was just really, just heartbreaking to hear that, like, you've been put in a place almost like you've been thrown away.
Right.
And they don't understand. When my grandmother was in a nursing home, they said that she had, dementia and all that. And so there's a lot of stuff that she couldn't remember, but those people are cooped up in a place. And I do know about cabin fever and all that, but those people are cooped up in a place. It's easy to go stir crazy. So I remember putting her in a wheelchair and rolling her outside. And there was some signage that was on the transporting van, and she read the whole message on the van. And so the nurse
Wow.
told me that they were amazed because they've put stuff in front of her to read, and she wouldn't read. She couldn't read it. But
Really?
yeah, that she couldn't read it. They put stuff in front of her, she wouldn't read it. Now, I don't know if she was doing that because she didn't want to or what, but I think that her being cooped up in that place probably, they probably did that. But when I took her outside and she read it and stuff, and I just said, you know what, sometimes you have to change the environment.
Right.
You have to change the environment. So, she's no longer with us. And so I'm glad she's in a better place, because that really was something that I really didn't care for, because I hated seeing her there, but I know that we couldn't care for her at home because she needed around the clock care. And you do have to show up. Now, there were incidents that did happen while she was there, but like I said, for the most part, they were controlled.
Right. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
controlled. So,
I'm just going to tell you this.
yeah,
Don't, I have a son. They put me in the nursing home. Just hope I have my right mind. 'Cause I'm going to tell it all.
they may not take you.
Why they
They
wouldn't
see
take
this.
me?
They see this podcast. They may not take you.
Because I'm going to give them hell, okay? I'm
That's why
just
they're
saying
not
it.
going
So,
to take you.
okay. Just letting you know.
Let them people. Let those people. Leave them alone.
Okay. I'll leave them alone
This time, huh?
this time.
Okay. So, do you want? Are we moving on to the next topic?
I think so. But wait a minute, before you do that, you said something about mentally. So when you said mental, tell me this. I have seen this now.
Hmm.
I have seen some old people, call some of the CNA out of their names
Yeah.
and cuss them out.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm just want to say to you CNAs and your nurse, God bless you.
Yeah. Thank you
I've
for your
heard
service.
some call them, yeah, I mean, that would be hard, especially I've heard one call them that word, that N word, and I got to be pretty hard
Yeah. But we
to
do know
work on somebody.
that in the nursing field and other sensitive areas and fields like that, nursing takes a special person.
It does.
That I don't care about the money aspect. Just not anybody can do that. You know.
Right,
And so just not anybody should apply for those positions if you're just wanting money.
right.
If you're not a compassionate spirit and understanding, sympathetic and empathetic to people's needs and wants, leave that field alone.
Please.
Yeah, it's very demanding, so leave it alone. And I've seen some nurses in there and CNAs and stuff in there that just did not care and
Right.
it did mind showing. You can tell they're tired.
Retired.
Tired, overworked. The staffing is horrible. They can't keep anybody. People calling in, and I can understand it. I'm not going to sit here and say that it wouldn't affect me if I worked in that situation. I'll get upset too.
Right.
At the same time, I don't think that I would take it out on the patient because it's not their fault.
Right.
But it happens. It happens.
And I just think they should remember they have a mother and they have a father, they
Yeah.
have loved ones, and they wouldn't want anyone to do that to theirs. So treat
Right.
everybody the same, like you want your family to be treated.
How soon we forget.
Yeah.
How soon we forget. So, well, we're going to move on to another topic that happened over the weekend that is not so, it's not not good, but we're going to talk about it. It was the Charlie Kirk assassination that took place. Now, Charlie Kirk was a conservative activist, and he pretty much promoted and defended conservative values, politics, and beliefs in society or politics. There was a lot of things that you may like and agree with that he was totally against, like gender affirming care. Um, he spoke about black on black crime. He spoke about disparaging comments about black women, or seeing a black pilot on an airplane and getting scared, wondering if the black pilot was trained enough and skilled enough to operate the plane and fly with him getting there safely without being injured. Um, as far as the black woman, he said when he walks up to an establishment and sees a black woman in an administrative role, he wonders if that is because she's educated enough to be in that role or if of affirmative action. So there's been a lot of sensational things he's put out there and stuff. You can truly say he was a Trump supporter. He's made that known, and he spoke loudly and proudly against a lot of things that are near and dear to us. Um, but he was assassinated over the weekend. They do have the guy in custody, the guy that they suspected allegedly that he did this. They have him in custody. So as to why he did it, I'm not for sure, but that's something I did read. I did say that the guy who did that was living with a transgender person. He was in a relationship with a person that was transgender. So I don't know if his stance was because of that and Charlie Kirk spoke against that heavily. I don't know if he did it because of that. I'm not for sure, but we know that it reports that he was living with a transgender person. Did you hear anything about this in your reading, Janice?
Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before he got assassinated, I never heard of him.
Me either.
Never ever heard of him.
Me either.
And so I think I found out through where I work at. I heard
Hmm.
people talking about it, and so then I started watching the news because it's all over the news. It's, saying he was a Christian man
Hmm.
and he loved God and so forth. And I understand that. Um, I also heard some of the things that you said that he was talking about. He was against.
Right.
Okay, I understand that that is his opinion.
Right.
He's right to his opinion, even if it's right or wrong, you don't like it. But
Right.
I do say this, that did not give the person the right to kill him.
Exactly. It did it.
You know?
It did it. No matter what people have gone on, no matter what their beliefs are, their belief, how strongly they speak about it, it still does not give the other person, the next person, the right to end somebody's life because it's not in agreement with what you think.
Right.
I just don't understand how people can be so judgmental about other people and want to do something to them physically because they are not in alignment or agree with them. I just don't understand that. I mean, if you can agree to disagree and leave it at that. I mean, but people are so headstrong about stuff like that that it shouldn't turn to violence.
Right.
It shouldn't turn to violence, but so many times, oftentimes it does. Um, and that's just something that is just it needs to stop. It
Right.
really needs to stop.
Because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You don't, I mean, shoot, that's the case. I've been shut up the whole time.
You wouldn't be here on the podcast, would you?
No,
Well,
I'm just
I'm glad you're here.
if that's the case, shoot, all my family members would be gone. That we go.
You are
That's
you are
on the real side, no. But that's just not right. You just
yeah.
no. And he's
Yeah.
gonna have to, he's gonna have that's gonna you're going to pay for that. He
Yeah.
did. I think he did. He never had admit that he did that. So
No.
we don't know. He never
Right.
admitted that he did it. So we can't
No.
say he did it.
No.
Uh, I
It's
think it's
alleged.
been said that people have said that they talked to him and he said he the one did it, but we
Right.
don't know. So
Yeah.
it's still an
They,
investigation.
right. They said
So,
he confessed that to his father, and his father is an ex lawman, and his father
oh,
is the one who turned him in.
oh wow. I
So
guess
that's what
that
they
could have
said.
been. Yeah, that had to be pretty hard for him
Yeah.
to do that,
Um,
but it's done.
exactly. And so he turned him in, and so, but to my knowledge, that the guy has not, confessed that to law enforcement there. I know he did it to his father, but he has not said anything to my knowledge. I mean, I have to, but we will continue to follow that story. But I do want to say that incident happened at Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk was there speaking about political issues and stuff at that university where that happened. Now, there was a pastor, and that pastor name is Pastor Howard John Wesley. And this is courtesy of E. Mackey Creates on IG. This is a video of Dr. Howard John Wesley speaking against this, and I'm going to play a clip of the video of what he was saying. But he is the senior pastor of the historic Alfred Street Baptist Church in Alexandria, Virginia, where he served as only the 8th pastor in the church's more than 200-year history. That's impressive. Under his visionary leadership, Alfred Street has grown to more than 12,000 members, and with a weekly viewership exceeding 25,000, expanding its reach in ministry while steadfastly upholding its call to spiritual formation, social justice, and community engagement. So that's a pretty large church. But I'm going to play a clip. I'm not going to play all of it due to fair use and copyright. So I'm not going to play all, but I'm just going to play a portion of it. So
Okay.
here.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half staff calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist and spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land. And hearing people with selective rage who were mad about Charlie Kirk but didn't give a damn about Melissa Hortman and her husband when they were shot down in their home tell me I ought to have compassion for the death of a man who had no respect for my own life.
I'm going to stop it there. Like I said, due to copyright and fair use. But if you do want to view that whole clip, you can go to eMackey Creates on IG, on Instagram to view that and see the whole video clip there. But it was very, very powerful. That his speech was very powerful against that. So,
let me
go ahead.
So basically, he's saying that he felt that because of what he believed in, that he's getting too much attention and praise. Is that basically what he's saying?
Basically, that's what he was saying, that as for a person who spoke so negative about certain issues and stuff that has oppressed us, he don't understand why he's getting so much attention for that. Other than, he was assassinated, but there's been other people that have been assassinated. But he was just saying that there's other people that have died by the hands of, other people that have not gotten publicity like that whatsoever. I just think because of, and this is what I believe in. The publicity comes from the manner of which someone is murdered or unalive. I believe that's my strong belief that if it's something that's really just sensational, it's going to blow up. And then depending on who's involved, it's going to blow up like that, depending on how they left here. So, but
I can say this. I was shocked. I just thought, that one day or maybe 2 days, but you keep continuing to see it and you keep continuing to see it on. And I'm like, okay, well,
enough is enough. Well,
yeah.
And I don't say enough is enough because it's a death, but I'm just saying that we hear it, we see it, we get it, and there is compassion and empathy because that shouldn't have happened. Not because of it was senseless. It was senseless. Right. However, I am compassionate and sympathetic to the family because they are suffering a loss.
Right.
But however, on the flip side of that coin, I do get it as far as there's been other people who didn't get much publicity at all, right, has died of even more horrific death. Right. But like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And like I said, that was his views only. So we just shared it for educational purpose and commenting and research. So Miss Diva, what is on your agenda? We're getting ready to end our show tonight. I think we've done an amazing job just to be us two.
Yeah. It's amazing. I'm glad you showed some of the, I didn't see that clip, and that was amazing. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. But what I haven't, after the podcast, what I'm gonna do?
Yes.
That's what you're saying, or this week, or what I have planned.
Just tell us both. What are you gonna do after the podcast tonight and this weekend?
Probably take a shower and go to bed. I don't have a life. I don't have a life at all. So if somebody want to give me a life, you can call me. No, I'm just teasing. Don't call me because I don't want to be bothered.
Are you using the podcast?
I'm real funny acting, huh?
I said, are you using the podcast to get a date?
No. I don't know. I know what's out there, so I'm good. I'm good.
Is the dating pool slim?
I don't know, cause I'm, I ain't looking. Now, if something comes, that's different, but I'm not looking for none of them.
Right. I understand.
I'm kind of funny acting into it. I'm real funny. I'm real choosy on what I want. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I just don't want anything. Okay. Because I'm not anything. So people can say that's bougie, but I just want some, just some companion, talk and whatever. And, person nice to me, I'm nice to them, do stuff, but it's rough out there.
Yeah, it is.
Rough, yeah. So I'm too old to be playing games. See?
That's true. Yeah.
And I don't look good. I don't look good in orange uniform.
I think you do wonderful.
You think so? No.
I think.
But I'll tell you this: if I had to go, I believe I could handle it.
I think so.
I don't have to worry about no bills.
There's advantages to it.
I don't have to worry about no bills. I got my meals. I mean, I can talk to everybody. I don't have to worry about anything. I mean, I don't do anything anyway. Just go to work and come home. So hey,
But I think the
just
only
change
difference,
the color. Just change the color. Just make it to black. Then
you
I'm
want
just
black instead of orange.
yeah, because I don't look good in orange.
We'll see if we can work that out for you.
Okay. No.
But I
Okay.
think the difference is, people say that and it's so funny, but I think once you get in there and you confined and you can't go beyond those confinements, that's where the issue comes.
Yeah, for real.
That's where the issue comes.
Because I did 30 days and trust me, it was no joke. In the jail in Wisconsin, it was no joke. Oh my God, when I got home and I could take a shower when I could, I was like, thank you, Jesus.
So Tim,
Oh my God. Then that smell in there. Oh, and then you had to oh no, you don't want to do that. No.
we're gonna take your advice.
Yeah, you don't want it.
Now, what do you have to say about our castmates that they're out today? They missed out on a great show.
Well, I do know for sure, Sharon went back and took her granddaughter
Right.
back. So, that's important. She had her for the summer. And she wanted to make sure she got back, and she did that. That's what a grandmother's supposed to do. So
That's commendable.
But that damn Zeke, I don't know what happened.
Zeke stood us up tonight. He stood us up.
And didn't even call. We're going to have to talk to him about that.
Well, Zeke, just know that next show, you will get it next show.
Yeah.
You will get it next show. Sharon is excused because she has a approved excuse. We wish her safe travels. We hope to look forward to her being back next week with us. Zeke as well, but Zeke, you going to get it next week.
Yeah.
It's all going to be on you.
On you. You're going to have some kind of stupid excuse,
You think so?
I know so. It's going to be something
didn't even call in.
Well, I talked to him and he said, I'm not coming over to you. Zeke, I'm telling you business now. I probably won't come over and do the podcast at your home, but I'm going to do it at my house.
Right.
So I did try to call you, Zeke, and you didn't answer that phone. So I don't know what happened. But I hope nothing didn't happen. I feel so bad. I'm talking about him like a dog, and then something happens. The Lord forbids if anything happened.
He had to clarify stuff. He'll get it straight. We'll try to contact him after the show and see everything's okay.
But I like talking to you. I always feel joy talking to you. We just vibe. You know that?
Yeah.
We just vibes together.
I mean, it only helps that we talk 3 or 4 times a day, so it only helps.
Yeah. We really talk 3 or 4 times a day.
Right.
I said,
literally
oh my God. Yeah, it's sad, but we got good company. Okay, what can we say?
I agree. I totally agree. So our viewers would like to tell you, if you have any comments about anything we spoke about today, please drop it in the comments below. We do guest referrals. So if it's something you want us to talk about or somebody you want to see on the show, drop us an email at jazzchronicles@gmail.com and let us know, and we will see what we can do. Janet, that'll be on YouTube, so we'll look and see. If there's any comments on YouTube, we will address them on the next show to make sure that we were looking. We're not trying to overlook you at all. And the next show, well, of course, it's always on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Next week, we will be streaming live from Facebook and YouTube.
And hopefully, we'll have
Jazz Chronicles, the Facebook page.
Right.
And, you talking about the guests. Drum roll. Go ahead.
Timothy in the house. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have Timothy. Everybody know Timothy from Camden. He's a line. Do you call him the line dancer queen or king?
Probably, maybe both.
Okay, king and queen. Okay. He gonna kill me, but that's okay. But he's such a sweet person. Hopefully he'll be on next week.
Yeah.
And tell us about all his little things and where he go, teaches line dancing, how he enjoyed line dancing, and maybe we may learn something.
We may. You may have to get up and do a line dance for us on live.
If you pay me.
Oh, you gotta get paid. Okay.
I have to get paid.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can work that out. I don't know how much he's paying, but we'll see what we can work out.
Oh, okay. All right.
We want to give a thanks to our sponsor for supporting today's episode, Pure Bliss. We appreciate their partnership and the value they bring to our community. Remember to support the business that supports your podcast. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out when we go on breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. Thank you guys for staying with us and watching us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 See you later.
See you later.